If you're living paycheck to paycheck and everyone keeps saying, just save your first $1,000, but no one explains how you're supposed to do that on a low income, this video is for you. Because if saving feels impossible right now, it's not because you're lazy or bad with money. It's because most advice skips the part you're actually stuck on. Let me say this clearly before we go any further. If you have zero savings or maybe a few $100s that keeps disappearing, you are not behind. You're just at the very beginning. And the beginning needs a different strategy than what most finance videos talk about. Most people fail at saving their first $1,000 not because they don't make enough, but because they try to follow advice meant for people who already have money. They're told to invest early, cut out lattes, or use complicated budgeting apps. And when that doesn't work, they assume something is wrong with them. Nothing is wrong with you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I'd save my first $1,000 if I were starting from scratch today, even on a low income. No fancy tools. No extreme frugality. No pretending rent, debt, and real life don't exist. This is a simple, realistic roadmap. First thing you need to understand is this. Your first $1,000 is not about wealth. It's about breathing room. Most beginners think saving is about discipline. It's not. It's about reducing panic. When you don't have savings, every small expense feels like an emergency. A flat tire, a medical bill, a late fee. And when everything feels urgent, long-term planning becomes impossible. So the goal here isn't become rich. The goal is to stop constantly being one problem away from disaster. Here's the first thing I'd do. I would stop trying to save monthly and start trying to save per paycheck. This is where most people mess up. They say, I'll save $300 this month, but life doesn't happen monthly. Life happens randomly. Instead, I'd ask one simple question every time I get paid. What small amount can I safely keep from this check without breaking my life? Not what I should save. What I can realistically keep. That might be $20. It might be $50. Some weeks it might be $10. And yes, that feels small. That's the point. Most people fail because they aim too high, miss once, and quit entirely. Small, boring progress beats ambitious plans you can't sustain. If you get paid bi-weekly and you save $40 per paycheck, that's about $80 a month. In a year, that's almost $1,000. Not overnight, but real. Next, I would separate my savings from my checking account immediately. Not mentally. Physically. If your savings is in the same account you swipe for groceries and gas, it's not savings. It's future spending. I'd open a separate savings account. Nothing fancy. No investment app. Just a plain savings account that's slightly inconvenient to access. The goal isn't high interest yet. The goal is friction. When money is easy to move, it's easy to justify spending it. A little delay creates better decisions. And I'd name that account something specific. Not savings. Something like emergency buffer or do not touch. That sounds silly, but names matter. They create boundaries. Now here's the part that surprises most people. I would not start by cutting all my expenses. This is where beginner advice usually goes off the rails. Yes, expenses matter. But when you're overwhelmed, cutting everything at once just creates burnout. Instead, I'd look for one expense to adjust, not eliminate. What? Maybe it's switching phone plans and saving $30. Maybe it's cooking 2 more meals at home per week. Maybe it's canceling one subscription you barely use. Not 10 changes. One change that sticks. That single adjustment funds your savings habit without making you feel punished. Saving should feel boring, not painful. Now let's talk about income, because this is important. At low income levels, saving alone is slow. There's no way around that. So while I'm saving small amounts, I'd also focus on increasing income in a very specific way. Not by starting a business. Not by flipping houses. Not by day trading. I'd look for short-term, low-effort income boosts. Overtime shifts. A weekend gig. Freelance work using a skill I already have. Selling in used items once. And here's the key. I would send 100% of that extra income straight to savings. Not to lifestyle upgrades. Not to rewards. This creates fast momentum. If you can add even $200 to $300 this way over a few months, suddenly that $1,000 goal feels real instead of theoretical. Now listen closely, because this next part is where most people mess up. I would stop using my savings to help my monthly budget. Savings is not there to make life comfortable. It's there to stop emergencies from becoming disasters. If you keep dipping into savings for normal expenses, you never build trust with yourself. You start to believe, I can't save, when the real problem is unclear rules. The rule is simple. Savings is only for unexpected, necessary expenses. Not birthdays. Not sales. Not vibes. This boundary is what turns saving from a struggle into a system. Now let's do a quick reality check, because honesty matters here. Saving your first $1,000 might take 6 months. It might take a year. And that's okay. Anyone telling you it should be faster without knowing your income, rent, debt, or family responsibilities is selling motivation, not guidance. You're not failing because it's slow. You're building something from nothing. Also, do not invest this money. I know that sounds controversial, but your first $1,000 is not investment money. It's protection money. Investing without an emergency buffer forces you to pull money out at the worst times. That's how people lose faith in investing altogether. Security comes first. Growth comes later. Once that $1,000 is there, something powerful happens. Your stress drops. Your decisions improve. You stop panicking every time life happens. That's when wealth building actually becomes possible. So here's your simple next step. Today, decide on one number you will save from your next paycheck. Not the perfect number. The honest number. Open a separate savings account if you don't have one. Name it. And make that transfer the same day you get paid. That's it. No spreadsheets. No apps. No overthinking. If you're building wealth from zero and you want clear, realistic guidance without the hype, subscribe. This channel is your roadmap from zero to wealth.